So Stevewilldoit, who's a big part of like the Nelk full send type of brand, ended up getting his channel deleted off of YouTube, which was a big surprise to me because it just came out of nowhere. Like one day he was just there, I wasn't really paying attention to him, and then his channel just disappeared, and I just saw an article about it, and I was like, oh, okay, this is an interesting situation. So I looked into it a little bit more. Now, a really prevalent theory that I saw a lot online was that he was promoting gambling and on his YouTube videos, and a lot of times YouTube doesn't like that because they're someone that is, I said someone, like YouTube's a person. They're a business that's based in the US, and the US has a lot of strict laws against gambling, and they don't want to have the appearance of over promoting gambling. That's why there's always such a big drama every time someone's like, oh, YouTube's promoting gambling, whether it's like that CSGO stuff with like Tim the Tap Man and all those guys, things like that. YouTube takes notice, and a lot of times people can get in a lot of trouble for that. It's really interesting that they just didn't give him like any notice at all, and for some reason someone said that he was in violation of the Unlawful Internet Gambling Act of 2006, which literally all I can find about it is that it says, oh, that it promotes, it stops companies from accepting unlawful internet gambling debts. So I get, well, children would fall under that lens, and because Stevewilldoit's brand is under that children's brand, I guess you could say, well, if he's promoting like online gambling through stuff like playing blackjack on your phone, sports betting on your phone, FanDuel, whatever, like betting on FanDuel, then yeah, that would go against the law, I guess. So I mean, there's always that to consider, because again, YouTube's so focused on their public image, especially now with all these apocalypses, that it's changed over the past couple of years. Now, I do have some criticisms of Stevewilldoit. I want to talk about those because I just think this is a good time to talk about it, because I think he's going to get back on. But even if he does, there's some things that he does that are just like really weird, and I just thought I should talk about them. So first one's not as bad as the second one, but there was this lookalike of the rapper Lil Durk, who called himself like Perkio or something dumb, right? And Lil Durk was involved in a beef with the 6ix9ine, who I'm sure everybody listening to this knows. And he ended up, Stevewilldoit ended up facilitating a meeting between 6ix9ine and Perkio without Perkio knowing. And as you can see, Perkio looks like really uncomfortable. Like, he's just a normal kid that got pulled into a random beef between two rappers, like, and one of which that's allegedly killed people, and then another one that's like known for snitching and like involved in all this other stuff, and he has nothing to do with this. He just happens to look like one of the people involved with the beef, and now he's gotten involved for no reason. Like, he didn't diss either of the people, didn't diss Lil Durk, didn't diss 6ix9ine, and now he's just got to sit there and be like, hey, what's going on here, man? Like, it's really weird. It's just a bad situation to put literally anybody in, regardless of its literally anybody. Like, why are you getting people involved? And it's not like it was funny. It's just a douchey thing to do. And I think he apologized, but like, the damage was already done. Like, you should have known not to do that. I could have told him not to do that, and I'm like 10 years younger than him, so something in that zone. He's like in his late 20s ish, I think. Well, it looks like it anyway. Now we got the more serious stuff. Now this involves like Nelk and the full send stuff in a whole, right? So they had this full send Ferrari giveaway where they like had you sign up for the stuff, whatever, normal giveaway stuff. But as you can see from this clip here, I took from Jamar's channel, so shout out to him. Go check him out. I'll link him in the description. He literally, what they did was they already had the Ferrari like in a place in LA, right? And then they gave it away to a fan in LA, which could be a coincidence, right? I mean, they're censored in LA. It's a happy little coincidence that the guy who won is in LA and they don't have to pay like hundreds on thousands of dollars for shipping it. But it turns out it was 3 minutes away from the place that it was already at, right? So, the place that they wanted to deliver it to, at least. And it just seemed a fishy business was going on, and it just was weird. And ever since, I've sort of looked at Nelk with like a bit of a raised eyebrow, as cringy as that sounds. Just like, what's really going on? I mean, I'm not really in their target demographic, but it just seems really weird. Stevewilldoit in and of himself seems like a weird guy. I don't really get like the whole allure and draw of him. Like, him giving out money in the streets is cool, and like people are trying to act like, you know, all he does is go around and give out money and he's such a good guy. And it's like, yeah, that's a good thing to do, but like I've brought up, he's done some bad things. That doesn't completely negate the good that he's done. But anyway, like, do I think he should have gotten banned? No. He shouldn't have gotten banned for that stuff. Even if you scam people, then probably, yeah. You probably don't want a guy like that on the platform. I wouldn't want a guy like that on my platform, any platform that I ran. I would just be like, please just go away. Just leave. Like, we don't want you here. We don't need you here. But still, like, it's not 100% that he scammed somebody. It is pretty persuasive, right? And just give him a warning, because if the prevailing theory is true that he got banned because of the internet gambling stuff, then just give him a warning and then go on. You don't have to take away his livelihood. Like, he's gonna be fine, more than likely. Like, he's rich. He had like tons of subscribers. He had a ton of money. You know, you can probably get a brand deal, go to Twitch and get sponsored by somebody and just be just fine. But still, he still put a lot of work into YouTube, and just take that away with no warning or no nothing, just a message, kind of sucks. Now, do I know for sure that he didn't get any warnings? No, but from what I can tell and what I've seen online, he didn't get any warnings. Now, if he did get warnings and he kept doing it, then that's a different story, because again, he shouldn't have gotten banned. But you got to be careful here on YouTube, because they're starting to crack down more and more and more and more. You know, funnily enough, I heard that like when you monetize your videos, you have to check a box to see that it's not violent gameplay, which is really interesting. Just watching YouTube like change and try to adapt to like become more family friendly, I think that it's somewhat diluted quality of the content to an extent, and I feel like YouTube is more leaning towards becoming the new cable type of thing, when the initial draw was that it wasn't cable and it was just this place that you could be a lot more free and a lot more open. And they've really gotten away from that, and hopefully things can improve and YouTube will continue to improve, because there are areas that it has improved. For the most part, you know, the way that streaming's been integrated, the way they've been able to bring people in is really good, but there's all sorts of problems with how people talk, how like monetization works. And I know that it can be fixed, so I hope that it does get fixed. So really, at the end of the day, I think the Stevewilldoit issue really highlights a bigger issue overall with a platform that I think can and will be fixed. I think that Stevewilldoit will be able to come back, because of how big he is, he's going to talk a lot on Twitter. All of his fans are going to be adding Team YouTube on Twitter. So I'm sure before long, he'll be right back to where he was. But yeah, that is all I have to say. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.